what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now, please direct your attention to the left of the stage, where Netflix will break ground with our partners who have made this milestone possible. And now, please direct your attention to the stage as our presenters make their way there. We will kick off with opening remarks.
Well, thank you, everyone, and welcome to the groundbreaking for Netflix Studios Fort Monmouth. I would like to thank the New Jersey National Guard for joining us in honor of this occasion and this place. And Sydney, that was a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Thank you. Established in 1917, Fort Monmouth carries a rich legacy of service to our nation, playing a key role in driving innovation in military communications and technology. It was the proud home of the Signal Corps. Their work here increased the readiness of the Army and our allies, as well as documented decades of the Army's history, including General Eisenhower's official documentary of the D-Day invasion, which won an Academy Award. We are humbled to become a part of this institution's remarkable story and next chapter, which we hope includes a couple more Academy Awards. As we are keeping Fort Monmouth in the name of our new studio, we keep all the patriots who served here in our hearts, including Netflix's own Mark Wachter, Right after 9/11, Mark joined the United States Army and later trained right here in preparation for the global war on terror. We thank all who have served our country, and as the daughter of a veteran, I would also like to thank their families. In 2011, the fort's military mission ended and the base closed, but because of the vision and dedication of the people you will hear from today, our story took a dramatic turn, one fit for Hollywood. And like all good Hollywood stories, there were lots of twists and turns, challenges and surprises, and a few seemingly insurmountable obstacles. But spoiler alert, they were surmounted. Fortunately, there were plenty of heroes and heroines that saved the day. And where do all good movies start? The hometown, or in this case, hometowns. Throughout this process, we have relied on the partnership, guidance, and support of our local mayors, and of course, the indefatigable work of Kara Kopak and everyone at FEMERA. The impact of this project will be felt most acutely by our neighbors, so we have and will continue to seek guidance from our mayors, who would definitely win the Best Newcomer to Building a Studio Award. For ensuring that the people living closest to the project are well served, please join me in thanking and welcoming Eatontown Mayor Anthony Tallarico and Oceanport Mayor Tom Tverdick.
Good morning, everyone. I remember exactly where I was when I heard that Fort Monmouth was put on the BRAC list. I remember wondering what that meant for a region that was so intertwined with the Army. The economy, the generations of locals and the workforce, the social fabric of the community was Fort Monmouth. Back then, no one alive probably even remembered what the area was like before Fort Monmouth came. And as they move forward, fewer and fewer will be lucky enough to have experienced it. To fill the void, the area needed something with the depth and the breadth of an entire industry. And so here we are. I would like to thank Governor Murphy and his administration, the driving force behind the attraction of Netflix to New Jersey. The fostering of the film industry's return to New Jersey is absolutely wonderful for us. But you know what? It's also wonderful for the film industry because New Jersey has a lot to offer. Thank you, Senator O'Scanlan and his Assembly delegation, and to my Senator Gopal and Assembly members Dolan and Peter Paul. Your concern for the region as this project developed is evident. To Commissioner Director Arnone and your board, thank you for the tremendous partnership that the county brings. And I extend that thanks to former Commissioner Burry, with whom I served when this project was in its infancy. Thank you to our partners in Tinton Falls, who, though this project is not in your town, your assistance in advocating for us was noted and very much appreciated. Mayor Coffey and I spent countless spirited hours discussing every angle of the project, and now Mayor Tverdick and I do the same. The relationship between Eatontown and Oceanport is strong, and I'm thankful for that. We appreciate having you as a partner as we redevelop our towns. And while each of those I previously mentioned were instrumental in the creation of the Netflix plan and lining up all the pieces, it was the Fort Monmouth Economic Revitalization Authority who breathed life into the plan and gave it wings. This group liaised between the Army, the state, the county, 3 towns, countless agencies, bureaucracies, public utilities, power brokers, and back drama. The men and women of Femera, led by Executive Director Kara Kopak, could teach a master class on teamwork, diplomacy, and public leadership. There's nothing I can say besides thank you. I was hoping to get a clap there. Eatontown stands ready and excited to work with Netflix. Council President East and Council Members Jones, Araman, Lawson, Faust, and Escalante are here to welcome you. Here today also are Fire Chief, Fire Official, Construction Official, Police Chief Healy, former Chief and Administrator Lucia, and Attorney Bayer, our First Aid Squad Police Department. We're all here as well for you. And beyond the gates are 12,000 residents and businesses with whom you will soon enter a partnership. To the Netflix representatives we have worked with and those to come, and to Ted Sarandos and your visionary team, thank you for your commitment, thank you for your investment, and welcome to Eatontown.
Good morning, everyone. We're here today at the former Fort Monmouth Army base located in Tinton Falls, Eatontown, and Oceanport, New Jersey. And no matter the weather, this is a very sunny day for all of us. As a lifelong resident of Oceanport, I'm honored to be a part of this historic moment here at the Netflix groundbreaking ceremony. We have with us today many government officials, private investors, and true visionaries who believed Fort Monmouth could be redeveloped and become an economic driver for the local municipalities, Monmouth County, and the state of New Jersey of this former Fort Monmouth base. Collectively, in less than a decade, this group has transformed a closed military facility into an active residential and commercial development that breathes social and economic life into Monmouth County. This Netflix groundbreaking is the capstone on what has already been an amazing success story, and the result of your collective efforts is all around for all of us to see. There are so many of you here today, and I would ask that you stand up, especially the Fort Owners Group, and be recognized for your vision and believing in what has become of this site. So if you could please stand and be recognized. And if you've been to the Fort Gym and you know Coach Shempy, he'd only have one thing to say, and let's clap it up for this group. I want to thank Ted Sarandos for providing us with a Netflix all-star team, including but not limited to Sonia, Nick, and Kevin. Together with Eatontown, Oceanport, and Femera these past years, let's give them a Shempy. We're not standing here today without a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and long, long hours of work on their part, and we're blessed to have worked with this group from Netflix. As the mayor of a small town, I can tell you that we're always treated with respect and dignity by the incredible professional staff at Netflix. I want to thank Governor Murphy, who is here with our First Lady, Tammy. Governor, it was your vision that created the pathway for Netflix to be able to make this place its East Coast production facility. It was you who put the team together with the EDA and Femera to get this difficult and complicated project completed. The Femera team is led by Kara Kopak, who is a rock star. Maybe, Ted, now you can make her a movie star. Kara and her staff have an amazing work ethic and, more importantly, are the part of the community fabric of Oceanport and Eatontown. Can the Femera staff please stand up and be recognized? And let's give them a Coach Shempy clap it up. My colleagues on the Femera board are here with us today, and I want to highlight the contributions by a former board member, Lillian Berry, and her husband, Don, who I do not believe made it here today. Thank you for your commitment and dedication to the residents of Monmouth County during your long and storied career, Lillian. We have our Congressman Frank Pallone, Senators Declan O'Scanlan, Vin Gopal, and their staff members, all of whom work tirelessly for the betterment of Oceanport and New Jersey. Let's clap it up for them. We have Commissioner Director Tom Arnone and his fellow commissioners are here today alongside Sheriff Sean Golan, Vicki Flynn, Jerry Scharfenberger. Thank you for all that you do for the residents of Monmouth County and for being an instrumental part in the next Netflix development. Let's clap it up for them. We have our Tinton Falls Mayor Risa Clay and Little Silver Mayor Bob Neff here with us today. And of course, Eatontown Mayor Anthony Tallarico is here with his hardworking team today. Let's clap it up for them. And thank you to the Oceanport team, led by our Borough Administrator Donna Phelps. We have Councilwoman Patty Cooper here today, Councilmen Mike O'Brien, Brian Keeshan, Rick Gallo, and Billy Deeren, Oceanport Police Chief Gary Grimes, and our Fire Chiefs Richard Gallo Jr. and Kenny Carroll. Oceanport construction official Mike Tulene working alongside the Django Weigers. You guys have a lot of work and long, hard work ahead of you. Let's not get those permits in late. Let's get them in ahead of time so they can start building. Let's clap it up for that team. So, lastly, I want to thank our former Oceanport Mayor, Jay Coffey, who was instrumental in the early stages of putting this all together and getting us to where we are today. My friend, thank you, Jay. Thank you all for your hard work, dedication, and support for being able to put this together. It takes a team. And to everyone who has been part in getting to us to this point, it's because of you that New Jersey is the best state in the union and why Netflix chose to be here. And in closing, an old saying in the film industry is, all roads lead to Hollywood. Well, the new saying is, all roads lead to Eatontown and Oceanport, New Jersey.
And now we'd like to welcome the co-CEO of Netflix, Ted Sarandos.
Good afternoon, everybody. What a great day. What a great day to be back in Jersey. It's also a great excuse to wear a hard hat. I don't get to do that in my daily life, so it's really exciting. As the mayor's pointed out, today feels a bit like a homecoming for me. I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, but I was born just down the road at Monmouth Medical. And in one of the great coincidences of all time, so did our CFO, Spence Newman, who's here, also born at Monmouth Medical. But today is a bit of a homecoming for the film industry, too. A lot of people from outside of Jersey don't know that the motion picture technology was invented by Thomas Edison in his lab in West Orange. He also built the world's very first movie studio. Now, it wasn't anything like all this. It was a single room called Black Maria, which rotated around on tracks to chase the sun around because the artificial light wasn't bright enough yet. And some of the greatest silent films of all time were shot up in Fort Lee. The Marx Brothers made their very first short comedy here, so this is hallowed ground for a comedy nerd like myself. But of course, all of that didn't last. The combination of World War I, the Spanish flu, the desire to run away from Thomas Edison's enforcement drove the film industry west. But while the film and TV industry in New Jersey was down, it was never out. And now it's coming back in a very big way. Over the last few years, Netflix has filmed movies and series here like Office Romance, Happy Gilmore 2 with Adam Sandler, The Beast in Me, The Rip. I mean, phenomenal. We've got 7 productions actually happening right now in New Jersey as we speak. Many of them would be right here if we were ready. So today, the film and television industry in New Jersey is stronger than it's ever been. So we're taking another huge step forward. We're going to officially begin demolition today to pave the way for Netflix Studio Fort Monmouth. Netflix is making a significant infrastructure investment at Fort Monmouth to transform this into a state-of-the-art production facility. that's going to occupy more than 292 acres and include sound stages, a backlot, and all kinds of post-production support. Netflix is proud to invest in American innovation and the creative community. We estimate that these studios will create thousands of jobs for New Jersey residents, billions of dollars of economic output, and many cultural benefits for the region and for the state. Over the past 4 years, Netflix has contributed $125 billion to the U.S. economy. We've hired 140,000 U.S. cast and crew members, and we are excited to continue our investment in this country and to New Jersey in the coming years. We want to thank some of the people here who made this dream come true. I'm going to thank a lot of them. So if this was the Golden Globes, I'd be asking the people, please don't play me off. So at the top of that list, of course, is Governor Murphy and First Lady Tammy. Thank you. We definitely would not be here if not for them today, for this vision and the boldness that it takes to see something and see it through. So thank you for your vision, for your determination, and for your commitment to the state of New Jersey. By the way, I should mention, from the very first conversation we had, I was in love with this idea. But I would tell you that Ann and Matt and their teams adopted it as their own and are as enthusiastic as I ever was on that first day, and that's what makes this possible, too. I want to acknowledge, too, Mr. Speaker Craig Coughlin. Thank you for your continued work on behalf of Netflix and the New Jersey film industry. I want to thank our friends and partners, Eric Brophy and Tim Sullivan. Thank you, who have helped make New Jersey a wonderful place to do business. Again, I'll add to the list of acknowledgments to Kara Kopak, who is the driving force behind the Fort Monmouth Economic Revitalization Authority and a vital part of our success and why we're here today. To our friends in labor who have supported this vision from the very beginning, I'd like a special thanks to Mike Ricca, the new president of the Monmouth and Ocean Counties Building and Trades. Thank you so much. I hope your brothers and sisters are ready because we've got a lot of work to do. And the union work won't stop once the studio is built. Partners for generations to come. Of course, I'd like to acknowledge Senator Vin Kupal, our legislative champion throughout this journey. What a journey it is, but your support has been incredibly invaluable. Senator O'Scallion, we're grateful for everything you've done, for both here and in Trenton. And finally, I'd like to thank the teams who made sure our work benefits their closest neighbors. County Commissioner Arnone, Eatontown Mayor Telrico, Oceanport Mayor Tverdik, and thank you so much for making us feel like home for us. When Thomas Edison was building that single-room studio and rotating it around trying to find the sun, he could have never imagined what we were about to build here. He would have been blown, well, actually, to be honest with you, he would have been blown away just by how light the brights have gotten. It's amazing. But once he got over that shock, I bet he'd be pretty impressed with the entertainment that he helped create. He'd be very proud of the industry, the film and television, that he has brought to life and helped launch. And I bet he'd be glad that we're bringing it back here to his hometown. Now, please welcome the leader who has done more than anyone to make this place possible, my friend, Governor Phil Murphy.
What a morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. So, Ted, I had wanted to start by thanking you, but the folks with Seth Rogen's The Studio beat me to the punch. But I'm still going to thank you. My dear friend, Monmouth County, long ago Monmouth County native, Ted Sarandos, for that very generous introduction and, most importantly, for your extraordinary leadership. When I saw Ted this morning before we started, my words were simple: welcome home. Ted, to you and your colleagues at Netflix, thank you, as always, for choosing New Jersey. You are truly the ideal partners to help breathe new life into Fort Monmouth, and we could not be more thrilled to welcome you all to New Jersey. And by the way, in just under 3 decades, Netflix has completely revolutionized the world of entertainment. From DVDs to streaming to gaming, beyond. You have been at the forefront of every recent transformation in media. And here in New Jersey, as you rightfully pointed out, the birthplace of the motion picture industry, we are incredibly honored to be a part of Netflix's next chapter of revolutionary innovation in entertainment. And frankly, I can think of no better home for Netflix than Fort Monmouth, a facility that boasts its own legacy of revolutionary innovation. It was nearly 80 years ago when the U.S. Army worked within the halls of Fort Monmouth to send radar signals to the stars for the very first time as part of what was called Project Diana. And soon, Netflix will work within these very same walls to capture and send stars of a different variety into the homes and screens of hundreds of millions of viewers across the globe. So while today's groundbreaking certainly marks an evolution for this part of our state, in another sense, it is also a return to form. Because just like the early days of Fort Monmouth, our ambitions for this facility and every single creator who will work within it are stratospheric. And with Netflix and New Jersey working hand in hand, this much is clear. The sky is the limit. So we are absolutely honored that Monmouth County, which I might add is Tammy's and my home county, will now serve as Netflix's new home on the East Coast. But of course, none of us would be standing here today without the leadership, not just of Ted and his extraordinary colleagues, but as well a number of our state's biggest champions, I might add, importantly, on both sides of the aisle. And I want to thank a few of those folks in particular. Congressman Frank Pallone is not here to the best of my knowledge, but I want to give a shout out. Lieutenant Governor Tahisha Way, right in front of me. The aforementioned Speaker, Craig Coughlin, State Senator Declan O'Scanlan, State Senator Vin Gopal, Monmouth County Commissioner Director Tom Arnone. We heard from two exceptional mayors. To them and all the passel of elected officials here today, deep thanks for everything you have done to get us to this day. Again, I want to give another shout out to Kara Kopak along with her colleagues at the Fort Monmouth Economic Revitalization Authority who have been valiantly leading the charge on this project, and it has not been easy. Finally, I want to also thank, there's all sorts of people we could thank, but I want to thank our friends at the EDA, Tim Sullivan, Board Chair Terry O'Toole, the whole team and other board members who are with us today, and every member of their team, the aforementioned Eric Brophy on my team. Together, this extraordinary group has developed the single best film incentive program in the entire country. And as a testament to that fact, just this past December, the Economic Development Authority voted to support Netflix's new facility right here at Fort Monmouth through the so-called Aspire program, which will help ensure it creates good-paying union jobs for New Jerseyans for many years, if not decades, to come. And after today's groundbreaking, as Ted alluded to, those good-paying jobs are soon to follow. Because as we start building the 12 state-of-the-art sound stages that will serve as the centerpiece for this new facility, we will be relying on New Jersey's construction workers, laborers, electricians, carpenters, sheet metal workers, teamsters, plumbers, pipe fitters, and more to get the job done. Let's give a big shout out to our brothers and sisters in labor. With their talent and ingenuity, these workers will build the future of entertainment right here in the Garden State. And as part of this process, we're also going to create new economic opportunities, as the mayors alluded to, for local business owners in Fort Monmouth's surrounding communities, Oceanport, Eatontown, Tinton Falls, but beyond as well. And even better, those businesses will soon be able to reach an entirely new segment of customers, thanks to the affordable housing units that we will be building on the grounds right here of Fort Monmouth as part of the project. In short, today's groundbreaking is a culmination of our efforts to supercharge this region's economy and cement New Jersey's status as a global leader in filmmaking and television production. And in the months and years ahead, more and more viewers will be able to see New Jersey's growing imprint on this industry simply by opening up Netflix. Ted mentioned this. Later this summer, Netflix will release the highly anticipated sequel to the Adam Sandler classic Happy Gilmore, which was filmed in New Jersey and in part right here in Monmouth County. As we speak, Netflix is working on another production, The Whisper Man, featuring Robert De Niro and Michael Keaton. They've been shooting scenes up in Patterson. Later this year, Catherine Bigelow, the Oscar-winning director of films like The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30, is expected to release her next film on Netflix, which was shot, guess where, in Jersey. So from North, Central to South Jersey, the Garden State is once again shaping the future of entertainment with the help of the greatest partner you could ever ask for, Netflix. Ted, again, huge thanks to you and your team. And now, And now it is lights, camera, action as we begin our best chapter yet right here in Fort Monmouth. Thank you all. God bless you all. It is now my honor to turn the podium back over to our MC to the day, for the day, Netflix Vice President Ann Kelly. Ann, come on down.
Governor, thank you. It's always an honor to be with you. Our story now takes a political turn to Trenton, where bills are passed and amended, and to Monmouth County, where approvals are sought and hopefully received. Our next speakers have been with us, ensuring the state legislature and county commission were responsive, clear, and helpful. First, we're honored to have the director, in a sense, of all the actors in Trenton, the Speaker of the New Jersey Assembly, Craig Coughlin.
To all my Senate colleagues, please do not tell Senate President Nick Scutari that I'm the director. He may take it personally. It's true, but he may take it. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for letting me be here along with you. It is really a super day for the state of New Jersey, for Netflix, and for all of us who relish the opportunity to continue to move the New Jersey economy forward. I want to take a second they've been acknowledged a little bit, but I want to acknowledge my colleagues, Margie Donlin, Luann Peter Paul, Vicki Griffin, and Jerry Schaffenberg, who are here today. Thank you for the work that you've done, the support you've given to this project, and vote for me for Speaker next year. So this is really, as I said, it's a truly special day, and it's a day of momentum. Right here in Fort Monmouth, we are laying the foundation for what will be one of the most advanced film production studios and campuses on the East Coast. And that's not just progress, that's momentum. Through the Aspire program, as part of the Economic Development Act of 2020 that we passed, New Jersey has made something really clear, I think, to everybody. And Ted, I'm going to ask you to carry this message to all of the CEOs that you meet. If you invest in New Jersey, New Jersey's going to invest in you. And we're going to do that monetarily, and we're going to do that by all of the talent and commitment that we're able to muster to bring to make sure that your project is a success. To those mayors and to Tom Arnone, I guess there's real pressure on to get those approvals passed quickly. We have a program that will help you move along. We'll work things out. I think it was Michael Keaton who said that filmmaking is the ultimate team sport. And I think that's true of government as well, although I suspect that the money is a lot better on the film side. I'm just guessing. So I do want to take the chance to credit Governor Murphy first and foremost, my dear friend, and someone who has vision has been second to none when it came to making projects like this, the film credit program that we've established in New Jersey. Boy, what a difference film credits can make, huh? No more will we ever have to worry about the Boardwalk Empire being shot in New York. We said to hell with that. We got to change this, and we did. Thank you to Senator Gopal for his leadership, for Senator O'Scanlan for making this a bipartisan effort, because that's what really makes things work when we come together and recognize the importance of something and work towards that end. To my colleague, Eliana Pinto-Moren, who was the sponsor of the legislation that helped make this all possible in the Assembly, to the folks that Choose New Jersey, to Kara Kopak, who I've never met before, but I think she does really good work. And I didn't want to be the only guy who didn't congratulate you. So thanks for that. I may need a tour someday. I don't know. Maybe you can help me out. To all of our brothers and sisters in the building trades, thank you for that. The leadership and teamwork that has turned the dream of making New Jersey the Hollywood of the East is on its way. And let's remember, as Ted pointed out, this is just really coming home. Our state was the birthplace of the motion picture industry, and we'll take real pride in reclaiming that title. So to the people of Monmouth County, I know it's been a while, but good things are worth waiting for, and this is an example of that. Piece by piece, law by law, together we all work to get this right, because what happens at Fort Monmouth really matters. This is about the future. It's about jobs. It's about revitalization, and it's about making sure that the region thrives for generations to come. Over the next 20 years, the estimated impact on the economy in New Jersey is between around $4 billion or a little more. So Netflix, thank you for believing in New Jersey. I'm sure that you'll be great neighbors. This will be an important part of Monmouth County for decades and decades to come. I know we all are waiting for the time when we can sit on our couch, binge watch a series, and say, I was there when they started to build this place. And Ted, if I may make one suggestion, I know a soon-to-be former governor who was an actor in college. And I thought it would be just great if you could put together a series based on putting this together. So thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Privilege to be with you today. Let's have a great day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Next up, is there anyone, except of course for Governor Murphy, more closely tied to this project than our friend and leading man, Vin Gopal?
Good morning, everyone. You know, for many of us today, this is a very emotional day for many of us, and many that are not here. My mom worked on this fort. I have memories coming here as a child, and I remember the day that it closed. I remember when we hoped that it would get saved in every following commission that happened, and more than a decade that businesses in the area struggled and suffered. I'm struggling a little bit watching, Governor, some of the primaries on the Democratic and Republican side, because they're talking about how terrible New Jersey is. But in some of our early conversations with Netflix, there's a reason that they picked New Jersey. And it wasn't just the tax credits. It's everything about our beautiful Monmouth County, from Colts Neck to Asbury Park to the Jersey Shore, urban, suburban, rural, our incredible schools. We talked about how people always talk about leaving New Jersey, but they want to do it after their kids are out of the New Jersey school system. Then they'll go down to South Carolina. New Jersey has so much to offer. And I want to thank Governor Murphy. When he is done in 6 months, I think they're going to start looking at his legacy, and this will be one of the biggest pieces of his legacy, that in a bipartisan way, he not just reshaped the film industry, but it's not just about the jobs, the thousands of jobs that are going to come, the building trades, constructions, painters, electrical, plumbing jobs, but how it affects the local small businesses, the local florists, the local hotels. Netflix has been extraordinary, with my friend Nick over there, in making sure that everything goes local. Everything. Before you go to 1-800-FLOWERS, let's make sure we hit the local florist. What's going to happen with the economy here in Monmouth County and throughout New Jersey has a lot to do because of Governor Murphy, his leadership, the EDA, Kara, as well as the extraordinary partnership with Netflix, who have been there every step of the way. I also want to thank my extraordinary assembly mates, Assemblywoman Margie Donlin and Assemblywoman Luann Peterpaul, as well as Senator O'Scanlan, Commissioner Arnone, these great mayors, and all the elected officials, partners, business organizations that made this a truly successful endeavor. I am looking forward to seeing the incredible business impact this is going to happen for the generations ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator. Next, our friend, Senator Declan O'Scanlan, driving bipartisan support for this project and the community.
somehow legislators didn't get access to the teleprompter. That's for mayors and governors, apparently. But I have my trusty chicken scratch, so I'm going to get through this. A couple of quick shout-outs before I begin. I was here from the start, or just about from the start. The closing of Fort Monmouth, the announcement, and the redevelopment was really a 20-year-long process. And I was there. Senator Jennifer Beck, who's not here today, was instrumental. Former Mayor Jay Coffey, before he was mayor in Oceanport, was a royal pain in the ass, but helped make the design of this property what it is, and insist on local involvement. He was a fantastic partner and has become a very, very good friend. I see John Crowley and Dave Schoner are here, two of the biggest promoters of film and television in New Jersey, and really do a wonderful job, and we're kicking California's ass, and I appreciate you for that very much. I do want to thank my legislative mates, Jerry Scharfenberg and Vicki Flynn. I could not ask for better partners in the legislature. So I've shed a lot of tears for this old fort. Like so many people who grew up here, this place, this property, the fort itself, played such a role in our lives. It was a mystery before we got behind the gates. Once we did, we found it to be a wonderful, wonderful place. Talk to anyone who grew up here. There are milestones and memories with a nexus to this place. I grew up a half a mile from here. I saw movies at the movie theater here. I bowled at the bowling alley. I'm still a little prickly about you Netflix bastards planning to bulldoze the bowling alley. We're going to have to talk about that. My house, again, is a half mile from here. As a kid, I lied in bed every single night when, at 2100 hours, taps would play here, and I could hear it. In the early 1950s, Whitey Ford was drafted and served here at Fort Monmouth. He played baseball on the Fort Monmouth Signalers. You can look it up. There's a baseball field about 2,000 feet from here where Whitey Ford played, and he pitched. He was a great Yankee pitcher, legendary. He pitched to my uncle, Alan Stern, and my uncle hit a home run out of that park off of Whitey Ford. My family still talks about it to this day. So it's with all that history in mind that I sat on my front porch on September 14, 2011, and listened to the playing of taps at Fort Monmouth for the very last time. I did actually shed real tears that night, sitting there with my dog, alone. So this isn't a greenfield project out in the middle of nowhere. It's the rebirth of a very, very special place. I've been lucky that my career has, almost from the start, let me play a role in what would happen after. We all fought. Senator Powell put it very clearly. We fought to save this place. We wondered, would it ever be the engine that Fort Monmouth was? We wondered if it would languish. Well, we're now here to celebrate 20 years later, but it's going to be better than it ever could have been with the leadership of Netflix. We can't thank you guys enough for that leadership. So many people led this effort. There are generations of people at the EDA and the current EDA, Tim Sullivan, specifically for the Netflix project. The mayors have been mentioned already. I mentioned Senator Beck already. The staff of FEMERA, Kara, you're amazing, and you've done an incredible job. Michael Aboud, who led the way, really, in substantial development. He is here, and all the development you see to the east of this project, out to Oceanport Avenue, are his projects. Michael, it's amazing. Thank you for your... Lastly, I want to thank Governor Murphy and First Lady Murphy. It's been mentioned a couple times. It's worth mentioning again. This was personal for you. The film tax credits were personal for you. It took me a little while to come around on the film tax credit side. I'm happy to admit I was wrong, and then help lead the charge with you in a bipartisan way to get it done. You helped convince me, and then you helped. It was your vision, I think, the two of you, that Netflix should come here and what a vision it is, and we will thank you for generations to come for that. So I think if we could go back to our 20 years younger selves and show those selves what is happening here today and talk about how we would have envisioned success for the redevelopment of this place. Here today, we would look at in awe and say, it is success beyond our wildest dreams. I look forward to shedding happy tears as we watch it all play out. Again, thank you to Governor Murphy and everyone else. Let's get the show on the road. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. And closing out with another hometown hero, Fort Monmouth County Commissioner Tom Arnone, who is working with us daily to forge a remarkable partnership between Netflix and the county.
So I do believe I have a lot of pressure on me here with these approvals, but I will say before I start, I do want to make a few thank yous, and of course I want to thank my fellow commissioners that are here today: Eric Anderson, Ross Citron, Sue Kiley, our constitutional officers, as you heard, Sheriff Sean Golden, our county clerk Christine Hanlon. I also want to thank Kara Kopak and her team for the hard work, and they need an extreme round of applause for the hard work, the daily work that they do. So, you know, as Senator O'Scanlan said, there's a personal side, and there is a very personal side of this to me, too. So just a few years back in my life, when I was probably, I think, like 17, I actually worked on this fort in every one of the buildings, putting in new heating systems with my father's plumbing company that he had the contract for. So we went inside every building. I did the grunt work of sledgehammering the old ones out and told to go to the next one, and did that day in and day after until I decided to quit that job and go on to something else. But so sitting here today, you know, I look down, I come down, and I look at this and say, wow, how things have changed. But, you know, none of this happens without good leadership and good vision. And you know, I will remember, and I received that phone call from Governor Murphy there saying, what do you think? What do you think about an initiative here in Monmouth County? And what would that initiative be? Netflix. I was like, Netflix? Netflix coming to Monmouth County. And that vision is here today. It's here today because everybody, as was said numerous times, on a bipartisan way. And I do want to just add one thing to this, because I just want to try to get this. I hope somebody taped that. Senator O'Scanlan said he was wrong on something there. But with that being said, this was something where teams came together. And the only way something with this vision, with this complexity, is going to happen is with people working together. And you know, I say this, and I know, Governor, you're in control of the whole state of New Jersey. Our assembly here and our senators here, you have a broader span on the state level, but none of this would happen unless it was in Monmouth County. It could only happen in Monmouth County because of the way teams work together. We are the Mecca. There's a reason. And I thank you. I thank you so much, Ted, and your team for picking Monmouth County as your vision and your home. And I trust you, and you could trust me, that you will not be disappointed. You know, since day one, Netflix entered my office week in and week after, giving us updates of what was going to happen. That's a sign of a good partner. Now, the sign of my good partnership, the sign of our commissioner's good partnership, along with our administrator, Terry O'Connor, which I know is here somewhere, there she is back there, to make sure we make your life easy. I'm going to add something to Mayor Dverdic's when he said coming in the crossroads of Eatontown and Oceanport. You're coming also in the crossroads of Monmouth County here, and we're something that we're very, very proud of. And I will tell you this, and I sit here in front of a large crowd, which I am sure is being taped. We will make this process easy for you. We want you here, we need you here, and we're going to make it happen. Congratulations and welcome, Netflix.
Thank you, Commissioner. We've heard a lot of, we've heard people say New Jersey, and we've heard people say television, and it's hard to hear those two words without thinking about one show. And we are very fortunate to have joining us today David Chase, the creator of Sopranos. And now for the big moment. You all have hard hats, which are yours to keep if you ever need them again. So please put your hard hats on. And Governor and Ted, if you would step over here for the action sequence. Okay. Governor and Ted.
Great job.
Surprisingly good at this.
Okay. So, Governor and Ted, we can all get to work, and David Chase can give me notes on this after. But now for some old school special effects. Roll sound, roll camera, action.
Thanks, everybody. Please make your way to the rear of the tent for refreshments. And thank you for your time.